Hi guys, this is Adam again with Adrenaline Cycles coming at you with a quick video today. This is our first 2021 Can-Am Commander, which is a new redesigned body style for this year. But before we jump into too much of that, let me go ahead and get you guys to hit that like and subscribe down below so you can stay up to date with everything we got going on here at the shop. Doesn't cost anything and it really helps us out with the channel. Let's jump back into the unit here. Obviously, new redesigned 2021 Commander. This is literally our first one in the shop, first one off the truck, and it happens to be an XT camo model. This year model, they're all 1000 Rs, which means, no 800. So, they're trying to really, go head to head with, some competitors in the market and really, take a good handle on what's out there and make sure they can, have a piece of that share as well. So with that, we all know the old Commander had the motor in the middle, produced a lot of heat. Great machine, but overall, it did have some downfalls with the engine in the middle. The new model, the engine's in the back, and on this one, it's under the bed. We'll pop that up, give you guys, the Commander did have the tilt bed as well as the new model. The engine's tucked, the front cylinder is kind of like in the firewall, and then the rear cylinder is back underneath the bed. Got a really nice bed on this machine. It's got a hydraulic assist to lift it up, which is really nice. But we'll jump in at the front and we'll go all the way to the back, showing you some features and highlights of what we like about it, what we think the consumer is going to like about it, and how great we think it's going to be out on the trail and on the farm and just around the house. Being the XT model, that's what we're seeing at the dealers first. BRP's plan was to get this model out. We'll see the DPS model trickle in probably around May and June. And then I have seen some of the XTP. I've seen one or two at a dealer as well in our network. So, but the XT they said was going to be, the main one they're going to get out there. Like I said, this one's camo. It'll come in a like a black color, like it'll be a triple black basically. Everything will be black, all the molding will be black, the panels will be a painted black, really, really nice. And then a Oxford blue, which is the really nice blue on the Defenders. It'll share that color on this platform as well. And we should have a couple of those models coming in. We're just, like I said, very first one off the truck. We ordered 15 of these, so we got a good selection coming. Just got to get BRP, to get them on the truck and get them to us. Back to the front, you will see it has signature lights really similar to the Defender, which is really nice. I'll hit the button here so you guys can see that. The headlights are the same as in the Sport. So you got high and low beam, and then, obviously it turns the signature light off when the lights are off. So that's really nice. I think it adds a class, a little bit of class to the machine, a little bit of, just something instead of it just being a base model. The higher end units like the X3s and the Limiteds and things like that have that. So that's really nice. On the XT model, you will also get this integrated bumper that ties back into the frame, which is really, really nice. It's got some spots for some add-on wraparound protection if you choose to go that route, which we do have some of those parts in stock, as well as, mounting positions for lights. So if you want to go with a 10-inch light bar, set of cubes, anything like that, you do have that option here as well. Really huge grill, really easy to pull out so you can clean your radiator and everything. We know the Commander had a drawback before. Radiator was kind of hard to clean, would get clogged up, cause some overheating issues. This model here, we're literally pluck out and you can hose it out. It's got little clips here. It makes it super easy to get in there and clean that thing out. Down below it, you'll see the Can-Am winch on there as well. This one's steel cable that comes factory on these. A really good setup. If I ain't mistaken, it should be a 3,500 pound or 45. Josh will blink it here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's 3,500 pound cable on these, but he'll blink it here for you guys to know for sure. But that's the front end. A really cool feature, I thought, give it a really nice, sporty look over just being a plain Jane, utility machine like a Ram Air style hood. Thought was really, really cool. And then another feature is here, this pops up so you can get access to the brake reservoirs. Really easy to get to if you had to fill them up or check them. It's got some wiring down here too, but it makes it also accessible if you wanted to pull your panels off to get a really good deep clean. So that just pops back on there. I'll probably never get it back on now I got it off, but that goes on there like that. Just a little push of a button. Looking at the A-arms, you'll see on this model has the arch style, which is really similar to the Defender XMR, the Maverick Sport XRC and XMR. So you got the wider stance, you got the arched A-arms, you got adjustable suspension by having the clickers down here. Right now we got it set on the lowest, softest suspension mark, and it's got plenty of ground clearance. I'm really impressed. It's got as much as a X3 120. You know, you crank them babies up, you're going to have probably 16 inches of ground clearance on a 28-inch tire. So that's really big. That's a lot of ground clearance, especially if you're trying to go, you know, through ditches and culverts, or, you know, trail ride this thing, which a lot of people should and want to do, because it can do both. You know, work around the farm, work around the house, and then go trail ride it on the weekend. A lot of comments have been made about the tires online. You know, we was a little skeptical here at the dealership on, you know, the brand. They just call them XPS, I think, and we just didn't know. You know, I know Maxxis is having a huge issue trying to meet all the OEs on tire production, so I'm sure, you know, BRP had no other choice. But the tire looks really good. You know, they went with this company. It kind of reminds me of a Blackwater-ish a little bit, but it's really soft and pliable. But not so much, I think you'll be cutting the sidewalls out. I think it's a really good tire compound. It reminds me a lot of a feel of like a Carnivore or a traditional Bighorn, not a 2.0. And like I said, it's a true, almost a true to size tire. Looking at it, it's a 28-inch. It's got a good stance to it. And I think it's going to be a really good tire. If it was mine, I would just run these until they got wore out if I wanted to switch them up to something else and go bigger. But I think for the 28-inch, for the general rider, I think this tire, after seeing it and touching it and riding around here, great road characteristics. We rode it in the grass. It feels good in the grass. It doesn't, you know, want to chew anything up or anything like that. It just hooks and goes. And, you know, riding on the little blacktop we got around our parking lot, you don't get that crazy road noise. So that's really nice. So we like that as well. And that was a concern I've seen a lot online. Another thing I like, is the integrated fender flares, so you don't have to pay extra for that. These are molded in, so you're not having to buy them and then self-tapper them in or anything like that. They come with the fender flare on there. Offers, you know, quite a bit of coverage, even on the back. I mean, this one's a huge flare on the back, so to help keep the mud out of your bed, out of the cab, and all that stuff. So that's really, really nice, and I'd like to see more features like this on a unit, you know, built-in fender flares, you know, the doors that come on them. These are super nice doors. I mean, you know, I give them top notch on this, so that's really good. Moving on down the side, we'll talk about the door a little bit. It's just an automotive style door, guys. It's got an outside and an inside. It's got a handle like a car. It's got the panel that can come on and off, so you can replace it if you needed to, if you got, you know, into some bad stuff. But these are really tough. We've sold a lot of Maverick Sports which share this door, and I've never had anybody come back in with just a complete destroyed door. We never had to order a door. And we sell a lot of parts, but we've never had to get any of this type of stuff. So that tells me they're holding up, they're doing good, and you don't have to worry about it. Another feature I like is the big nice door seal they have on there. That was one thing we've really liked over the years on the demo models we've had. This seals up really good, and you don't have any issue, especially in the winter. When you seal this up with the upper door, man, it's like driving in your pickup truck. It does really, really well. Moving to the back a little bit, you'll notice the cage, the center section is all basically Maverick Sport, you know, shared. So you can use the Sport roof, you can use the Maverick Sport and Trail windshield, you can use the upper doors, the back window. It just gets a little different where the bed tilts. They don't share the rods that run down in the bed. They've just made this little turn down. And then some of the accessories will utilize this bolt as well when you look in the catalog. So really good feature, especially if you're got a Maverick Sport at home or a Maverick Trail and you're looking to upgrade a little bit and got some accessories and you can save some of that cost. That's a really good feature on this machine. Anything that you have like windshield, roof, any audio stuff will, you know, swap right over, not have no issues. Like I said, we're back here on the bed again. You know, the nice integrated fender flares, I think is a really, really good feature. The way it feels, I believe BRP will be offering, if you went with like an offset wheel or tire, you could probably get extended flares. It feels like it's molded out for that. I haven't seen it yet, but it's probably coming if they ain't in the catalog. The bed's a big old bed. One thing I like about it is the super nice tailgate. I mean, it's set up, I mean, to work and play both. It's got your integrated slots for your 1x or 2x4, so you can segregate the bed from front to back. Metal tie down points, which I think is a great asset to have when you're trying to really strap, say, some fence posts down or a dog box or anything like that. I mean, that's huge to me that you got these points that you know it's not going to go nowhere and you're $2,000 hunting dog gonna fall out the back of your Commander. So that's really good thought out. The tailgate has an accessory. We don't have it here, or I'd have put it on here to show you guys. It's basically like if you had a new Ford pickup truck, or, you know, I think Nissan was really popular for it, was the flip up extender on the tailgate. And that's what these injection molded spots here are for. So it'll bolt in and fold down flat when you're not using it. But say you need this extra room to put, I don't know, say you're getting some river rock, or you're collecting firewood, you know, you and the kiddo, you can just flip it up, so you'll get each side to flip up, and they'll anchor to this, so it'll all stay in a good place and solid and not let anything fall out the bed. As you might see, you'll see these Zeus fasteners here. This is what sold me on it. If I'm getting one, this is the main reason why right here. You can take these out. They just pull out, no tools, just your fingers. And I don't know what's happened with any other manufacturer. You just pull it back a little bit and the whole bedside comes off. And you can put that there, and then on the inside here you can put a belt. As you can see here, you can put your tool, and then the little bolt that holds your tool. And then on the inside of the belt, you got a little spot here, say if you wanted to have, you know, a ratchet and a wrench, you know, you got a little zip tie spot. They were smart enough to leave you a spot to zip tie everything right from them. So you can zip tie it up, rubber pull it up, whatever you want to do. So you got a whole space here. Maybe you don't want to put your belt here. You got your belt in your toolbox. I mean, it's great, and it does it on both sides. The other side's molded, looks like for jumper cables. It's got a spot where you clip your jumper cables on. Maybe you don't have jumper cables, maybe you got a boost box, but it's a great place to put it out of your way, leaves you plenty of room in the bed. And to put this thing back on, guys, I mean, it's as simple as it gets. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist here. You just put it back over the back piece first and just shove it forward. No tools again, just my little Zeus fasteners. As simple as that, and I'm back on the trail. I've swapped my belt, I'm gone, everything's put back in here, out of sight. I don't have to worry about it. I know where it is, it's staying clean. It's a great, I mean, I don't know why other people haven't done that, but hey, thumbs up to BRP on that. We'll shut the tailgate up. I'll show you some more. You know, like this to me is like a beefy truck, you know, back. You know, a lot of the Fords back in the day had like the two-tone with the big stripe, big chrome piece down the middle, which obviously you're not going to get that on side-by-side, but the nice black with the Can-Am molded in, the logo, and like I said, a big handle, guys, so you can get a hold of that thing instead of working with something little like on the old Commander. I mean, this thing's beefy. It's about 12 inches long. Tailgate's got some weight to it, so again, you know it's quality. I would say 250 pounds is probably what you can sit on this, just like the Defender. Yeah, 250 pounds. You could sit on the back of this, you know, put your dog box on the back of it, or whatever you need to do. This thing's gonna let you do it. Just like everything else, it's got a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back. So you can put your truck hitch in there, pull your trailer around the yard, pull your john boat down to the pond, whatever you need to do, haul some gravel around your property or mulch, it'll do that. Put your shovels in here. I mean, this thing is really, really thought out well, guys. Again, you know, it's not your old Commander. It does have some benefits. You know, like I said, the engine's moved to the back. It's a lot easier to change a belt on this. We'll show you here on the side, Josh. The belt access on the old style was horrendous. I mean, it was just a bad design. This one you can get to from the outside, really easy. Makes easy to change, stuff like that. Your CVT and air intakes are up high. This one's for the CVT, and it's got a pre-filter screen on it. Exactly the same as the Maverick Sport. We'll go down the other side and I'll show you some other features over there. All right, guys, on the passenger side, really close to the driver's side. I mean, obviously we got the really nice fender flares integrated into it. The same type of door set up. Did want to talk about this is the air intake over here, just like on a Maverick Sport. This is where you're getting all your clean air to run your engine on. Similar gas spot down here is where you put your fuel in. You know, this side, I'll show you this, I guess, too, while we're over here. Really nice feature. I talked about it on the other side again, the 2 Zeus fasteners. I mean, no time at all if you're on the trail. This is, I mean, super nice to be able to do this. And like I said, this one has like for the battery chargers, but me, I carry a boost box. So on this side, I'll probably fit my boost box and my air compressor in here with my plug kit. So it's all inside, all covered up, all nice and neat, out of the way, ready to go at a moment's notice when I need it. And I don't have it in my bed taking up space where I might want to put mulch, dirt, whatever inside the bed. So like I said, BRP, great move on that. One thing I do want to touch on, if you got a Defender right now, And even the old Commander has the little rod to pull up on to release it. BRP did address that issue with these, and it's a nice cast aluminum, ergonomically designed, so you get a good hold to release your bed. So props on that. It's not a huge deal, but if it makes it a little nicer, especially if you got a load in here, getting that to release, I mean, it's good, you know, 1.5 inches wide to get a good hold and pull on. It gives you a palm rest when you get up there to pull them. So really nice feature. You might not catch that. The sales guy probably won't tell you that, but it's really ergonomically designed, so you get a good hand hold and pull on that to release your bed. So props on that. All right, guys, we're inside the vehicle here, talking about the 2021 Commander. It does share a lot of similarities with the Maverick Sport and the Maverick Trail, but there are some differences. So let me highlight those for you guys so you can see, you know, some of the upgrades that you might get in this that you're not going to get in a Maverick Sport or in the DPS model version of this. First off, we'll talk about the big dash. The dash in this model is the 7-inch or 7.2-inch LCD screen. So you get the really nice big dash. It comes with the menu here, so you can change things out. You can get your speed stat, your engine temp, your battery volts. You can go to settings, whatever you need to do, you can change it down here. You can reset your trip. It's got all the functions here built in. Really, really nice, easy to look at, big bright screen. You can adjust the brightness and dimness on this model and the XTP. The only downside, the DPS model has the smaller screen that's similar to in the X3, like base 120, in the Maverick Sport, you know, DPS or Trail or base Maverick Sport. That'll have the smaller dash, so that's something you can compare to. Also on the inside, you have a lockable rear diff, which is new. We thought that was a really nice design, so you can lock and unlock your rear diff in the back so you don't tear your yard up. Like I said, this is a dual purpose machine for the price of one, so you do have that option in the back. Obviously your four-wheel drive. The winch controls and headlights is over here. One cool thing that I do like is the push button start. And then you got the security key fob. And what you can do for this, it only comes with one key, just plops on there. But what that allows you to do, this will be programmed normal. Say you want to buy one for the kiddos to ride around in, or the, you know, the guy doing your lawn work, or your hired hand, or your construction workers. You can get work keys and program them to that. So it limits the speed. It has different function, different limits, but it still lets them work the machine with full torque and things like that. But they can't jump out on the job site and be running around 60 miles an hour. It limits that down. I think 35 in work mode key, in the same way, you know, on if you had, you know, your kiddo or your wife learning to drive it or something like that, you can have that option to limit that speed, which is a great feature to have. And like I said, the Maverick Sports don't have that because they got the regular, you know, turnstile key. The Defenders have got the turnstile key. You can add it, but that's an extra fee. Or here you can program a key for about, I think them keys are about $35, $45, and a dealer should program it before they leave and not charge you anything, especially if you bought the machine from them. So really great feature. The shifter and stuff is just like the regular Maverick Sport. It's in the middle, easy to work, easy to, you know, handle. You got your auxiliary switches if you need to add anything, like we was talking about fog lights or something up front on your bumper. Standard seat belt, really nice seat. Batteries under the driver's seat, just like, you know, the Maverick Sports and stuff. Easy to get to, just, you know, seat plugs out, no tools needed. And that's about it. We'll jump back to the outside and show you some of the features on the passenger side. Again, back to the interior. The glove box is really huge on these. That's one thing I wanted to touch on. The interior storage really relies on the glove box. You see the little toolkit in there. Really, really nice. But there's still plenty of room in there, so you can put your, you know, your man paper, your woman paper, your insurance. I mean, you can put drinks in there. Probably, I'd say if you had a small, like, lunch cooler, you know, like the little ones. I know they'll fit in there. We've done it before in our demos. I fit like a little 4-pack of drinks in that for my little one, and she'd eat, you know, the drinks and then snack on Lunchable in that, and it all fit in the glove box, so we didn't have to keep jumping back and forth. But I think they've hit a home run here, guys, on this model. It's really nice. I think the color options they got coming is really well. I think the XTP model is a home run for anybody wanting that crossover machine that doesn't want an X3 or doesn't, you know, can't get in and out of it. These are easy to get in and out of. They offer, you know, so many, you know, features over a stock, you know, other model. So I think this is going to be a great seller for every dealer, not just us. So if you guys are in the market, got a Commander, and, you know, are happy with it, come by and check these out. They're really going to be a great upgrade from what you have, and they're just going to make things so much easier with the power you got now, with the added features from the factory that you don't have to buy separate. And they'll just be they'll be a staple on the trail for a long time. I think this model will be, you know, on the trail, at the house, on the farm, probably at some construction stuff, because it allows them to do two things for the price of one. If you guys like this video, like I said at the start of the video, like and subscribe down below. And as always, guys, stay safe in the woods.